to win here 150 times and it never gets old. There's something about this place.
The fans are on their feet. Big crash. Oh! Your champion, Brandon Ward.
Let's go racing!
Brotherly love, brotherly photo finish. Chase Robertson, title number 2.
Still the most exciting of them all. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the 1132nd edition of Still, the most exciting of them all. Historic Bowman Gray Stadium on May 9th for the Steelman's Ace Hardware Street Stock 50. Oh boy, fans are lining up at the gates and pouring into the Madhouse here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm Matthew Dillner, your host for tonight, live on Flow Racing, joined by Jacqueline Drake. And we have one heck of a big, packed card of racing for you tonight on Flow Racing, don't we?
Yeah, we do. I'm so excited for tonight, Matt, as we see the Rays fans piling in to Bowman Gray all the way around this facility. Such a great place to be. And we were out there earlier. It's a beautiful night at that. Not too hot, not too cold, just right. And tonight we have quite the lineup for round 4 of the season. 8 races on the deck. We got twin sportsmen, twin modifieds. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the race right there in yellow, the big one of tonight for the Street Stock division. This is the one that everyone circles on the calendar. When you are part of the Street Stock division, you want to win that 50-lap feature event. It's all the talk up in the pit area. So tonight, who's it going to be, Matt, that's going to be able to bring it on home? I'm excited to see.
Well, it's wide open, and the news for the Street Stocks this week was the news of a disqualification. What sort of effect do you think that has here tonight going into their biggest race of the year?
Not only was it a disqualification, Chase Murphy, who finished in second place last week, the top 3, they said that they would consistently tech the tires. That's what he was thrown out for soaking the tires, so to speak. And they really have set the tone that if you finish in the top 3, you are going to be teched in this region, and you're going to be looked at when it comes to the tires. So everybody is on notice that this is a big deal, and it's very important that you're abiding by all the rules. No gray areas here.
No more wild, wild west. The soak is gone, folks, and the biggest race of the year for the Street Stockers is here. Brad Lewis is the guy on top of the heap for that division. But some of the other scuttlebutt going on tonight has the nostalgia people of Bowman Gray, the history fans, the longtime fans here, absolutely juiced walking into the gate tonight because Junior Miller is back, the legend of the Madhouse, the guy that some call the king of the Southern Modifieds, the 6-time champion. He may be 75 years old, but he's back here tonight. He won his first race in 1979, and he hasn't been here for a few years, but to see Junior Miller hop behind the wheel of a modified tonight has all the chill bumps, all the nostalgia fans here at Bowman Gray just feeling it here at the stadium. So unbelievable night of racing on hand tonight. I mean, we've got Jason Myers just took the pole in the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modified Division, and we have 8 races tonight, a packed schedule of racing live on Flow Racing. We'll be back with all of the action of the 1132nd edition right after this. Night 1131 is green at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Oh, contact from Connor Keaton to Christian Joyce. Battle for the lead. Keaton's going to let this one slip away. No way. Win number 1 of the season for Brad Lewis in the Street Stocks. Luke Smith goes 2 for 2 in the opening rounds at Bowman Gray Stadium in the Stadium Stocks. Brandon Brennell going to make this one look easy to pick up win number 1 on the season.
Here comes Nate Gregg, 2 in a row.
I don't think 3 for 3 is out of my realm.
Cloaked in black and silver tonight, Billy Gregg does it.
For both of us to win on the same night, that's awesome. I don't know that I'll ever win again. Heck, this might be my last time.
The green flag is out for the Kevin Powell Motorsports 100. Slate Myers cuts down in front of the Bulldog. Contact between the bumpers, and now Myers goes around, gets walloped in turn number 2. Danny Bone is putting on a show. They say he's bad to the bone, and he's proving it right now. His 20th career win at Bowman Gray. Danny Bone does it. The KevinSaysYes.com Madhouse Minute. Boy, do I love seeing that, and it just gets you jacked up for another great night of racing here at Bowman Gray Stadium. I'm your host, Matthew Dillner, along with Jacqueline Drake here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and everybody's taking their seats, and boy, oh boy, what a treat to see Bobby Allison's number 22 car on the track last week, of course. An incredible race here with Danny Bone taking the win, the charge on the outside to do so. But every time you're here at Bowman Gray Stadium, you got a bunch of new winners, and then you also have nostalgia. Look at that Bobby Allison car going around. Of course, a 2-time winner here at Bowman Gray, and his win in 1971 in the Melvin Joseph 49, NASCAR counting that win, giving him 85 wins. So great to see that. Of course, Bobby, we lost him just the other year, and his friends are all here. Ronnie Thomas is here, Tim Walker. It's awesome to see those people here at the Madhouse. Folks, the fans now are rising to their feet. Let's go down trackside for all the pomp and circumstance.
I know I'm a sinner. Help me to believe that with Christ, you're always a winner. Amen. Please remain standing as you are able, removing your caps and your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we marched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red banner bursting in the air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Madhouse fans, are you glad to be here at the Madhouse on a Saturday night? Then there's only one thing left to say. Let's go racing!
If that doesn't get you pumped up, I don't know what does. We're going to take a quick break on Flow Racing, and we'll be back with race number 1. We are back at Bowman Gray Stadium getting set for race number 1. Lots of families here in the grandstands and always families on the racetrack as well. One of the biggest families of racing here in the stadium stocks is the Cates family, along with the Sanders family. And last week, all 6 of them were in one race. Tonight, they're a little split up. Andrew Cates, he's on the pole tonight with a great shot at winning this one. He's the only one with a win in the Cates family. Last week, AJ, Blaze, Steven finished 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. They'll be in the stadium stock 2nd race later tonight. You see that 51 on your screen. Disco Turkeys on the hood. That's Andrew Cates right there. Can he bring it to a win? He is starting on the pole. Now giving you your lineup. Starting 2nd will be the car affectionately known as Whisker Biscuits. It's the 02 of Fuzzy Dinkles.
Looking at that 2nd row, the number 80 of Luke Smith on the inside, and on the outside, it's the 71 of Chris Allison.
Starting 5th in the Sanders Speed Shop 66, it's Tim Geeson. To the outside, it's Kachow, S&P Lemonade. It's the 95 of Levi Holt.
Looking at row number 4, we have the 29 of Christian Bowens and the 0 of Rocket Hayes.
Brandon Lee Brendel starts next with Chuck Wall, the Tri-City Plumbing car, to his outside.
And then we have the number 2 of Carson Reed, followed by the 88 of Zach Taylor and the 03 of Grayson Lee and the number 12 of Jeremy Smith. And just like that, Matt, we have lined them up. We're on the backstretch, and it sounds like we're about to go racing.
Well, the modern Chevrolet Pace vehicle will pull gently to the end zone of the football field that this famed quarter mile wraps around. The fans will rise to their feet. Night 1132 is underway.
Not a great start for the 51 of Cates.
Cates locks him up going into the turn, and colossal wreck here in the south turn. Cates locked it up. Jason Allison in the 71 piled in, and catastrophe on the first lap.
Wow.
Chris Allison, that's right. Chris is in the orange 71.
71.
Not his father, who's typically in that orange machine. But what you saw it right there, trouble for our pole sitter. He went into the turn, he had a bad start, and he locked up the brakes of that 51, causing that pileup.
Yeah, going to that turn 1, it really sent him up, which crossed over into that outside lane. But quite the contact, too, between the 29 of Christian Bowens and that number 55. Just, it almost looked like they didn't have brakes or something, Matt, the way that they piled in. Yeah, you'll see right here.
Look at the damage on Geeson's machine. He is done. He is unstrapping from that Sanders machine.
Excuse me, the 66.
Yeah. Let's take a look here at the Hudson Auto Works replay. This is the start of the race. That is further back up front there, though. You see the trouble for the 51 and the 7 of Chris Allison, and then nowhere to go, and the 29 of Bowens jacks into him, and there's Geeson getting in the 66.
Wow. Okay, so there was actually 2 different things happening at the same time with Cates, and then further on back trying to go 3 wide for the 29. Interesting. Let's see if we can look at that again.
Well, as Geeson gets out of his car right now, it looks like he's not very happy.
No.
He's walking up to the side of the track. I think he thinks that maybe he did get pushed in there.
Is it?
But that's one of those happenstance situations there. He's looking right here.
Is it
at
bird
somebody.
season?
I don't know. I mean, the fans sometimes think it's bird season. I don't know about the drivers. He wasn't happy. He just kicked his car. Geeson, a guy that works on a truck series racing team on Fridays. He was just up in Watkins Glen and making the trip back here to race at Bowman Gray. But as he takes the lonely walk across the football field, let's go to a short break here on Flow Racing, and we'll be right back with the rest of this one. Welcome back to historic Bowman Gray Stadium. The fans are here, and Tim Geeson is leaving the racetrack. We saw that wreck just a short time ago, right before the break. And now there is the Zero machine. This is a beautiful machine here for Rocket Hayes. This is Connor Keaton's car from last year, and Rocket is a regular competitor at places like Hickory Motor Speedway, where he's right now in the midst of a battle for the championship in the truck division at Hickory Motor Speedway. But his father has raced here in a camouflage number 49. If you remember, that car got into a little mischief here the other year. But this family is here today. His father, his mother in the pit area. He is excited to make his Bowman Gray Stadium debut tonight. And right now, one lap in, he sits third in a very fast race car for the Rocket.
Yeah, this division race is only 15 laps, and there is also a 15-minute time limit. So with all of that track cleanup that just took place, he certainly is sitting in a good position to make some moves still early on in this race.
Well, right now, Fuzzy Dinkles is your leader. Second place, Luke Smith, the winner of the first two races of the season. Rocket in third place, Chuck Wall, and his son-in-law, Zach Taylor, right behind him. The green flag is back out. Dinkles blocking the bottom groove with that 0-2 car. The Triad Florentine car quickly dips to the inside and checks out. Bye-bye. Here he goes. Here comes the Rocket for second place.
Luke Smith not wasting any time there with that 80 zooming on by, and that Zero now making its way up into the second position. But don't look now, the 81 of Chuck Wall all over the back bumper of that Zero.
Chuck Wall, one of the masters of this division, all over the back bumper of the first timer. Further back from that, a little battle developing as Zach Taylor moves into the fourth spot. But everybody's eyes are on this battle right now for the driver of the number 81 car, one of the cleanest drivers in the business. Further on back in the field, Brendan Brendel, last week's winner, is held up behind the 0-2 of Dinkles.
Looking right here, this is the battle for second and third. Chuck Wall, you spoke about him, former series champion and quite the veteran in the sport. So interesting to see him trying to get by the rookie contender, now looking to the inside of that Zero, not able to make the pass, doing such a great job being able to hold him off by the Rocket.
This might be a first-timer that's in second place, but it's a first-timer here at the famed quarter mile. This guy has a lot of racing experience for a young man, and he's holding off one of the best in the business. You see a logo on the side of his car. That logo actually isn't a company. It says sponsor wanted. He has a rocket of a fast race car, pun intended, in front of Chuck Wall right now, coming to lap 7 on the board.
Yellow flag's going to come out. We have a spin now on the backstretch, and that's the number 12 of Jeremy Smith. Looks like it might have been an isolated incident as well. We'll see if we can get him turned back around.
Tyler Rose spun in the infield. Rose not having the greatest start to this year. Oh, Jeremy Smith is in the car tonight. Oh, that's usually the Tyler Rose car. There it is. You see what happened there. Carson Reed in the back bumper of the 12, spinning him around.
I thought it was him, but it looks like he might have had a little help from behind.
Little assistance. And, you know, I really want to highlight one car here. I want to highlight the car in fourth position. It's a black and white car, number 88. You guys think I'm just going to talk about this car because of the sponsor. And I'm just here to tell you I'm not, because Zach Taylor has got to be one of the most improved stadium stock racers out there right now. 12 career races. That's it. That's all that this driver, you know, who's known best for making donuts, has competed in. But guess what? In those 12 races, half of them, now 6 of them, half of them have been finished in the top 5. So there's a guy right there that has steadily become one of the more improved drivers in this division. And look at that hood. Dancing donut, baby.
I like it. I like the graphics a lot.
Let's get some cinnamon sugar up here. After he's done, maybe he's got time. He could go up there, get unsweated, get the fire suit off, get us some donuts in the booth.
Now, it's only been 10 minutes, Matt. You're already talking about donuts.
I can't help it. The guy's in fourth. Facebook, I mean, go easy on me here. The guy's killing it. Brendan Brennell now up to 5th as well. The green flag is back out. 7 laps down. Luke Smith, your points leader, is the race leader.
The 81 going to look to the inside again on that 0, trying to make the pass for second. Has a nose in the 0, pushes up just a little bit, this time by halfway, as he's going to look and complete the pass now for second place.
Textbook pass. Fuzzy Dinkles has spun into the infield grass. Goes the Dinkles. Now moving into the 4th spot was Brendan Lee Brendel, last week's winner in the number 43 car. Single file strung out around the famed quarter mile. Coming to 10 laps to go. That'll be 5 laps to go for you mathematicians. There is Brendel's number 43, and Luke Smith has just checked out, Jack.
Yeah, Luke is loving all this contact from behind, and there is really contact all throughout the field, but you'll see quite a gap there from the lead to second place for Chuck Wall, and then you'll see Brandon Brindle actually closing the gap there, looking into that podium position.
Brendan Lee Brendel right now is the man on a mission right now, and he's behind the 0 of Rocket Hayes with 4 laps to go. He's going to try to move up that 1 spot and get that 3rd position from Hayes as we come to 3 laps to go.
Brandon Brindle coming off of a championship and a great 2025 season, hoping to get a good finish here tonight. Not sure if he's going to be able to make it all the way to the front of this field tonight, though, Matt, but certainly making every effort to get into that top 3.
2 laps to go. Now lap traffic for your leader as he approaches the back bumper of Fuzzy Dinkles. Jacqueline's favorite driver to mention in the field, one of the most entertaining drivers in our field for sure. 2 lap cars side by side in front of the leaders. What's going to happen here for Smith? He takes it to the bottom, and coming off of turn number 4, Luke Smith, 3 in a row to start 2026.
Wow. Great drive by Luke Smith, and I'm sure the spotter was in his headset letting him know, no pressure from behind, take it easy with these lap cars, and just be smart coming to the finish line.
3 drivers have won the first 3 stadium stock races ever. Luke Smith now joins at a very impressive list: Kenny Bost, AJ Sanders, and Tyler McDonald. And folks, remember the driver of this number 80, it's not just 3 in a row, because he ended the 2025 season on the final night in Victory Lane as well. So this is possibly the hottest driver at Bowman Gray Stadium.
Wow. Also, can I just say how brave it is to have an all-white car here at Bowman Gray? All right? There is not a mark on that car. No donuts, no damage, nothing. So he's done it. He's done it very clean.
It's impressive. Of course, Chuck Wall gets 2nd position. Rocket Hayes, his debut, in 3rd position, and Brendan Brendel in the 5th spot. But now the driver pulling into Carolina Wood Floors Victory Lane for race 1 out of 8 tonight. Folks, get your popcorn ready. It's going to be a good night at Bowman Gray Stadium. But the always colorful Chris Carter is down there in his crimson clothing to give you the Victory Lane interview. Let's go down trackside to the winner, Luke Smith, who's with Chris Carter.
Unbuckled. He's got Triad Floratine ink out of Clemens on the hood of this number 80 stadium sock. As Luke Smith gets ready to climb out of the White Ghost. Yes, I just named that car. Here he comes. Let him hear you. Three races, 3 wins, Luke. You on fire, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. I got to thank Isaac Harris. He's the boy behind this setup on this race car. I mean, it drives itself. And I got to thank my whole crew, Scooter and his family, my dad, my uncle, for everything they do for me. Carly, it's her birthday today. Everybody wish her happy birthday, please. I thank Michael Wells, Kevin Bush, the whole Harris family. Rock Harris and Austin Harris really worked on this car, getting the better of the winner, and it's really made a difference.
Luke, I want you to help me out here. I want you to tell this crowd to make some noise. Tell them to get loud.
Come on, boys, get loud.
That's the most pumped up I've seen Luke Smith. That's awesome. We'll come back here on Flow Racing with the first of the Sportsman Twin races. The sun is setting, and it kind of looks like a little bit of a cheerwine sky here in the Triad of North Carolina. Winston-Salem, North Carolina's finest. One of the greatest bull rings ever in the sportsman division will hit the track for their first 20-lapper twin 20s for tonight for the sportsman division. And the family Greg is on top of this division. They've had no finish of this race, of this division, without a Greg in victory lane. Our family plot, I'll tell you what, we've got family plots all night because it's all about family here, and it's been all about the Gregs in the street stock division.
That's so cool. Can you imagine your biggest, right here, your biggest competitor is your own family, your teammate?
Tied in points.
So tied in points.
And they're tied in career wins in this division.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Of course, his dad has the upper hand all time here at Bowman Gray. But Nate Gregg, the young man, really, really showing his prowess. And he will have a chance to win starting from the 5th spot. So let's give you the starting lineup for this 20-lap sportsman race number 1. On the pole, the Zero Hero in the Kirkland Enterprises Zero. It is Kirk Sheets. On the outside, the EME Industries number 12, Docky Strong. It's Justin Taylor.
And looking at row number 2, we have the 55 of Zach Orr, followed by the 14 of Jim Schoaf.
The number 28 that we just spoke of, young Nate Gregg, starts next in the Rocket Donkey machine. To the outside, the 37, it's the Bad Daddy, Chris Massey.
Row number 4 is that 98 of Billy Gregg. Maybe he'll be able to help Nate all the way to the front of this field, followed by that number 1 of Austin Jones.
Starting 9th tonight in the Smith Masonry 63 is Terry Smith. And to the outside, folks, it's the Affordable Towing. Number 21, it's the Tiger, Tommy Neal.
How about starting in 11th right there? It's the 24 of AJ Bernays. And to his outside, it's the 38. It's Mitch Gales.
Brian Sykes Jr. in the Specialized Graphic Machine starts lucky 13th. And the Goats RV Repair number 03 starts 14th. That's Sterling Plemons, the Rockstar. Lights are off on the modern Chevrolet Pace vehicle as it dips down into the football field right now. And Kirk Sheets and Justin Taylor will lead him to green. Sportsman race number 1 is on.
Firing off that 0 of Kirk Sheets. Great start. Going to head off into turns 1 and 2, though. And we've got to pile up a little bit further back as the caution is going to fly.
First caution didn't take that long. Both races We've
First
started
corner.
with the first caution in the first corner. Danny Bone, by the way, I've heard, is in the grandstands watching. Last week's modified winner. My brother just texted me. I wonder if my brother's here. Oh,
We've
look at
got
that
a
right
replay
there.
right here. It's the 37 going around of Chris Massey.
And great job there by Tommy Neal.
Able to avoid that.
Hey, folks, let's give you a little bit of a plot point here that was unexpected. Earlier today, the guys were kind of picking on me. I came up to the booth. I ran up to the booth. I didn't just walk up to the booth. And then I ran up the stairs.
Who was picking on you?
Me. I was
You were
picking
on
myself.
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, well, you know,
okay.
I mean, I was like sipping Sundrop into the microphone, and you could definitely hear it. But there was a reason the big guy was running, because I was a little late getting up to the booth, because a lot of things happen here at Bowman Gray in the pit area, on the racetrack, in the grandstands. Well, in the drivers' meeting today, a big change in the sportsman division just happened, okay? The sportsman division having the lowest car count tonight so far that they've had this season, and being proactive about that, Greg Garrison and the track has decided with the tires to only allow the teams to buy one tire per race. That one tire, though, that you purchase at the track, you have to run that night. So you're not allowed to soak anymore in these this division, and people cut their tires and they try to get their tire to wear in, because the new rubber off the truck doesn't really perform well without a good heat cycle on it. Well, guess what? Things are changing for the better, most people think, and some people are a little agitated by it. So we'll see what happens. We've got 2 weeks until the 100 in the sportsman division, but a big shakeup in this division. One lap on the board, green flag, back out.
One lap down, 19 to go. Quite a start there by the zero. Not as good as before, but Zach Orr all over the back bumper, looks to the inside, heads off into turns 3 and 4. Going to try to complete that pass. Kirk Sheets trying to hold him down, though. The 55 is able to gain a little bit more position. Turn 1 and 2. The 55 gets all sideways underneath that zero.
Kirk Sheets right now filing in behind Zach Orr. Orr finished third in both races last week. Now he's in the catbird seat as the leader of the Sportsman 20-lapper. 3 laps down right now. Sheets in second. Third, Justin Taylor. Fourth now, Nate Gregg, the 2-time winner so far this year. And looky there, family plot right behind the number 28 comes the 98. Son and father running 4th and 5th.
Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to be able to team up here and go up to the front. But the 98, shot from behind. You'll see all around it goes the 12 to 28 over the car. Wow.
Little monster truck action a little early. We usually have that a little later in the summer for the kiddies, but the kiddies right now in the stands getting to watch a little ramp job by Nate Gregg over the nose of Justin Taylor.
Wow. That escalated very quickly. You'll see Donkey Strong.
Can we put that meme in there? That escalated quickly.
You can see clearly upset as he's going to go around with his fenders flying. He's got his hand out the window. Off the track he goes, but we got a fender off. Wow. Not happy for Justin Taylor. Rightfully slow. Let's go ahead and look at this Flow Racing replay.
Yeah, that's a little, here we go,
there we go.
There. If we could back it up a little bit further to see how the genesis of that one was, but you see the ramp job there, as we called it.
I would love to know if the rear end is okay on that 28.
Well, the 28 is still on the racetrack. He is now basically rejoined. He blended into the field.
Wow.
Now into the 5th spot.
We're going to get one to go this time
Here, let's check it out right here. We see on our Hudson AutoWorks replay and a little bumper tag there, and then Nate Gregg does get into the back of him and sends the 12 spinning. So, you know, I could see from both sides of that where you would be unhappy.
Well, I'll say right now, Matt, I actually think this originated from the zero because he backed that corner up, and then they played bumper tag. So unfortunate there, but we're going to have the green flag come out this time by, here we go, Zach Orr to the point of the field. Kirk Sheets right behind him.
Things are shaking up here in the sportsman division. Now the battle for second is on. Billy Gregg on the bottom. The show is coming to the front of the field. Kirk Sheets hanging on the outside, trying to pinch him down, but give the spot to the old man. Billy Gregg moves into second. Sheets now battles back on the inside, but can't get the traction off of turn 2. Don't look now, because here comes Nate Gregg right behind him, trying to get what he had before that caution flag.
There's lots of contact all through the field. The 28 and Austin Jones, and now the 99 all over the back of the 1 of Austin Jones, trying to get by. They're quite aggressive tonight, Matt, especially for the fact that they have to race another 20 laps later. You'll see right here, this is the battle on the screen right now for the 5th position.
Brian Sykes Jr. to the backside of that car, but now Nate Gregg to the backside of the Zero Hero, gives him a little shot in the north turn, moving him up so gently, suggesting his way to the bottom. He's got the preferred groove through the south turn, and give P3 to young Nate Gregg.
Kirk Sheets has been on the defense, but Nate Gregg's going to get by and settle into that 3rd position. Now again, looking back at, this is the battle for 5th. The 99 has now got around 1, but man, they again contact further back with the 14 and the 21 now.
What battles around this racetrack, all the way around the famed quarter mile tonight. Jim Schoaf doing a great job there, but here comes Tommy Neal to the inside as we're 8 laps to go here. Schoaf trying to hold off one of the greatest sportsman racers of all time. Schoaf a winner himself, but give the spot to the number 21. Up front, it's all strung out around the famed quarter mile. Zach Orr is your leader, and I'll tell you this, he's got about 10 car lengths on 2nd place, and he does not want to see a caution flag.
Zach Orr is sitting pretty, but man, it's like the temperature has been turned up in this field because everyone is all over everyone else. Zach Orr is the only one who's able to be by himself, and in that 2nd position, Billy Gregg trying to close up the gap.
Look at right here, one of the young stars of this division, the number 99, Brian Sykes Jr., last year's street stock champion, moving on up into the sportsman division this year and really driving clean like he did in the street stock division. A very impressive young talent here at Bowman Gray that a lot of us have our eyes on, that might have a really good future here at this famed quarter mile.
I will say the Zero has been, again, playing so much defense and able to hit his marks consistently, which has made it hard for others to get around them.
You see right there, though, the Zero can't get the tight out of that car. That's an older perimeter-style chassis going up against an offset chassis. This, Sheets telling me this morning that he likes this car, that he's having one of the best starts to a season, but he just can't get the push out of that car in the center of the corner.
Yeah, it's a great point you make, because you can tell right at the apex of the corner he's not as low as the other cars are. And I would have to say he's even guiding up just a little bit center of the corner, so might be a little bit with the setup there. 1 to go, though, this time by for our leader, Zach Orr.
Zach Orr, well, this one might be one of the easier wins for Zach Orr. He had a tumultuous 2025, but now Zach Orr returns to victory lane, career win 26. Zach Orr and the Cardinal Plumbing, Jerry Johnson Motors, number 55, gets win number 1 for 2026. The flat brim, his crew, standing on by, getting ready to run out to victory lane. You know, the first week, he's got Cardinal Plumbing on the car. And the first week, I called it a chicken. So they've been playing the chicken dance to his sponsor and the crew, and they've been having a good time with it. Well, tonight, they are going to have even better of a time in victory lane. They still have one more race to go. There it is. That's no chicken.
There's a chicken.
Zach Orr grabs his 26th career win. It is it's a Cardinal. It's not a rooster.
It's a car.
Man, you got it too. It tricked you too. All I know is it's muscular.
It's beak.
Even more muscular
than
eagle. Zach Orr. It's not an eagle. It's a pigeon. Oh boy. Even Justin Cummins is having fun with it. The race car driver. He actually made a shirt where he changed the logo to a chicken today just to punk them. But hey, that 26th career win ties him with Zach Clifton, Spider Kimmel as well. 9th place all time on the Sportsman Division win list. Driving by his crew right now, and you see him starting to run out behind the number 55 as it pulls into Carolina Woodfloor's victory lane with that beautiful stitched checkered flag. Let's go down to Randy Pulliam trackside, who will have your winner.
Chief Starter Randy Smith has a drawstring bag. Inside that bag are the numbers 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16. The number that Zach draws out will determine where he starts and how the field is inverted for the second. Keep your eyes on the video board to find out that number that Zach drew. Number 12. Zach Orr will start 12th in the second event, and here he comes. Zach Orr wins the first 20-lap feature for the losses of John Barrow Sportsman Series. Zach, win number 26 by my calculation in the Sportsman Series. Looks like you had him covered after you got out front.
Yeah, I knew we just needed a track position. Last week we drew 18th. We had to come all the way to the front. If you could get me up front, we were going to take off. I got to thank so many people. We've worked on another car all week to get one of my buddies ready, and I'm glad we got this one done.
Well, welcome back to Victory Lane, Zach. I know you're going to head over to the Carolina Wood Floors Winner's Circle to pick up your winner's trophy. Zach Orr, ladies and gentlemen, picking up his first win of the 2026 campaign. 26.
All right, we're back.
We're back.
Guess what? We're going to take a break, so we're not back. We'll be back with the first twin NASCAR modified race. Welcome back to historic Bowman Gray Stadium for tonight's great racing card for you. 8 races, and we're about to hit the track with the third one, the modifieds. And we're talking about family plots all night because this place is full of families. There's Burt Myers, number 1, and it's all about the family Myers and the family Fleming in this division. Well, I'll just say this. Both families, just like a lot of families that might be at home, are struggling a little bit. But you know what happens when a family struggles? Usually they pull out of it and they have a good ending, okay? And that's what we're going to hope for both of these families right now. Okay, the Myers family struggling, besides Burt, with a 14.83 average finish. The Flemings struggling big with some of their finishes and bad luck this season. And speaking of bad luck, Slate Myers in the 6 last week was driving in the top 3 when he got a little shot from Mike Speeney. So, you know, the families here at Bowman Gray Stadium in the modifieds, they need a good night. And so does that driver right there, the showstopper, who just needs a night to get that good juju going here. And so does Jordan Fleming right there in the Surrey Chemicals number 99.
Absolutely. I love all the family plots.
Family plots is great.
We're farming today, Matt. We got lots of plots to talk about.
What are we playing?
And
Cucumbers?
right
Let's give you the starting lineup here of I think 22 cucumbers that are strapped into these 600 horsepower rocket ships. On the pole tonight is the number 4 of Jason Myers from Walnut Cove, North Carolina. On the outside, the QRC, number 10. The plot thickens. It's Mike Speen.
Looking at that row number 2, it's the 07, the real deal, Riley Neal. And to that outside, another Myers. It's the 1 of Burt Myers.
Starting 5th tonight in the Wagner Appliances 51, it's the Snowman, Junior Snow. To the outside, the driver from Tobaccoville in the Jerry Hunt Supercenter, number 83, it's the Rocket Tim Brown.
Row number 4, you're going to see the 16 of Chris Fleming and the 6 of Slate Myers.
Starting 9th tonight in the white and blue, number 75, the Phoenix Packaging, number 75 for Lee Jeffries. To the outside, the Taylor Auto Parts 99 for Jordan Fleming.
How about row number 6, the number 5 of Randy Butner, and to that outside, the 64 of Ethan Trull.
Starting lucky 13 tonight is the 12 car, a former Blunderbuss Division champion, Dean Ward, a winner in the modified, starts 13th. To his outside, the number 9 Aces Hardware Machine for Kyle Southern.
Row number 8 is going to bring you the 69 of John Holloman IV and the 00 of Danny Probst.
Starting 17th tonight, off a great run last week, a 6th place finish for this young driver, the number 82. It's Mason Lawson. To the outside, struggling mightily with his race car today. It's the 19 of Andy Noto.
Row number 10 is going to have the 17 of Lonnie Oakley and the 77 of Susan Harwell.
And bringing up the rear of the field tonight will be the 35 of Brendan Butner and the Flying Beret. We haven't said this yet this year. The Flying Beret, Corey LeVay.
Rounding out our 24-car field in row number 12, it's the 3 of Brandon Ward, and to the outside, the 68 of Junior Miller.
Oh, boy. Junior Miller is back. It's renumbered 68, but I think on the track you really just see a 69. There are fans right now getting shots of this car in the rear of the field, the black and pink number 69. They have their cameras out tonight. Some people in the stadium have said, hey, Junior Miller was my guy. Well, some of their kids have not been able to witness Junior Miller race at Bowman Gray, and some of those children tonight get to see one of the all-time greats return to the Madhouse. 74 career wins for the 75-year-old who straps back into a 600 horsepower modified once again.
I love it. You got to keep moving, and that's exactly what Junior Miller said to me today. He said, you got to keep moving, you got to keep busy, and I love to see him back in this race car doing what he loves. Age just a number, Matt, right? We just talked about that before we got started, and 1 lap to go.
Folks, buckle up, Buttercup, because these are the modifieds, the drivers that live by the grace of God in 600 horsepower. Myers, Speedy to the green. Jason Myers on the inside, Speedy with the hard charge on the outside, motoring on by the 4. The 4 gives them a little tap to the back I-beam bumper. The fans are on their feet in anticipation, but the leader is Mike Speedy.
Mike Speedy continuing to lead this field with pressure from behind on the Myers group, all settling in. Jason Myers hit the back of him and didn't actually hit him straight on, so it's going to be pushing him back just a little bit, a gap now between the leader.
Snowman, Junior Snow on the inside. We've seen a few years ago contention between these two drivers. Tim Brown to the outside. The number 51 last week coming off his best finish of the year, a 2nd place finish. Give him the spot. Here comes one of the drivers in our family plot, Chris Fleming now underneath Tim Brown in the north turn.
Tim Brown just trying to get down in that inside lane and have a gap. There it is. He's down, but with a little bit of contact on the 16. 20 laps in this feature, so not a ton of time. 25 laps, not a ton of time to make your way up to the front. And as I say that, caution flag is going to fly.
Spun in the cilantro is one of the great personalities of Bowman Gray Stadium. The spicy tire kisser, that is Danny Probst, the flying taco. If you don't know what I mean, you might need to see Instagram on Flow Racing tonight. Danny Probst was, he told me that something was going on with track prep and tire prep, that his tires tasted like Cajun seasoning from Bojangles. So I tasted the tire, and it did. And that spicy seasoning didn't kick in yet. because he didn't get traction there. He spun into the cilantro there. Maybe he'll get a little onions, the Flying Taco will. But one of the great personalities, I heard a rumor that his Porter Wagner nudie suit, one of the greatest suits in the history of auto racing, he might be replacing it with a very entertaining suit coming up here in the next month or so. So Danny Probst fans, be on the lookout. 25 laps for the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds, and we're on lap 5 of the Twin 25 number 1. Single file restarts here, and we're going back to green this time by.
Mike Sweeney probably loving to see the Myers brothers behind him.
Oh, you think he's loving that? I think it's the opposite. I think he's going...
Oh, you think he wants to be behind them?
No, but I think right now if he looked in his rear view and saw,
They're
Chris
all lined
Fleming
up.
or Tim Brown, he'd be like, okay. But he sees the 4 that he got into a few weeks ago. He sees the 1. This isn't a comfortable feeling for your leader right now. He's got to get a good start here. He's got to get away. Well, he does. He gets away. He flies away, as Lenny Kravitz would say, and takes the lead here by about 3-4 car lengths. Myers trying to close in the north turn. Riley Neal now move him up to the 4 spot. He's behind Burt Myers is number 1. Behind them, it's the Snowman, Junior Snow, in 5th.
Run your line and be smooth. You'll see in turns 3 and 4, Mike Sweeney is able to do that, but he's pushing up just a little bit on exit of the corner, which is where the number 4 of Jason Myers is able to capitalize and close the gap a little bit. Burt Myers right behind him in that 1, looking to see if they can team up a bit, but pressure from behind with Riley Neal right on the back bumper, followed by that 51 of Junior Snow.
Junior Snow having him a good run again. Great to see for the driver of that Wagner Appliances, number 51. Right now, Burt Myers applying a little bit of pressure to the back bumper of the number 4. That's his brother, his kid brother, the working man, Jason Myers, in the 2nd position.
16 laps to go. 15 now this time by for our leader, Mike Sweeney. You're looking at right here, this is the battle for the 5th position. A little bit of contact there. Tim Brown trying to make his way up through that field with a little bit of back bumper contact.
15 laps on the board, 10 laps to go for the ground pounders, the NASCAR Modifieds. Sweeney with a very explosively colorful car leading the way, but there's the brothers Myers, part of the big family plot that we discussed tonight. There's Jason Myers, his older brother, Burt Myers behind him. Jason's nephew right now, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th spot for Slayton Myers. The Flemings now run in the 6th spot. That is Chris Fleming. And a few spots back is Jordan Fleming. 13 laps coming to lap 14 on the board.
Looking at the brothers right here, Burt Myers is going to push on the back, and Jason Myers just a little bit to try to get around him for that 2nd position. The 1 is clearly a little bit faster here than the 4. So how do you delicately move your own brother out of the way?
We've seen it before, and we've seen it not be so delicate. You look right there, Burt's trying to get a swing wide and cut down because that car cuts way better, and he does. Myers gives him the spot. He's going to try to file in and close the door right in front of Riley Neal, the young driver in the 07 machine, who has had a very fast race car all day at Bowman Gray. They seem to have hit on something here in that 07. A great qualifying effort for that garage doors of the Triad 07.
Yeah, I was over there at Riley's pit area earlier, and they were having a little bit of carburetor issues, so it seems like they've got that all figured out for that 07, performing well. All this while Mike Sweeney is continuing to open the gap just a little bit, but Burt Myers trying to reel him back in.
Well, let me ask you something. Before you thought, okay, I'd like to see, maybe Sweeney would like to see the Myers in his rear view mirror, which is good because you want to be ahead of him. But what does Mike Sweeney want the least right now in this race?
A caution.
Yes. And we have 6 to go, coming to 5 to go. He is praying inside of that race car that 2 things. Either Burt Myers does not catch him, or there's no yellow flag here in this first of Twin 25s for the Modifieds. 20 laps on the board, coming now around turn 4 for 4 to go.
Yeah, we're closing in on a little bit of lap traffic as well, and Burt Myers has now really closed the gap. You can tell when you look into the corners, that Burt is quicker than Speeny. You can really see in their lines as he pushes up center of the corner again there for that number 10. And here comes Burt Myers, just 2 car lengths now away from the lead.
3 laps on the board to go in this 25-lapper. Lapped traffic up ahead, like Pac-Man, chewing up the dots and trying to stay away from the ghosts. Here comes the number 1 car. The orange bumper is almost to the backside of Mike Speeny's car. Going into the north turn they go. Speeny now with Myers all over the back bumper. White flag is out. One more lap around the quarter mile. The fans now anticipation. They're rising on their feet. What will happen? Will it be the north turn nudge? Speeny into the turn. The bumper hits him just so slightly, but no. Mike Speeny hangs on for the win, his first of the season.
Wow, great drive by Burt Myers, and he could have taken him out in that
100%.
Final corner, so I felt
Clean.
like he gave them fair play right there. And Mike Speeny bringing home the win for that number 10. Absolute rocket ship for him. Not necessarily a long-run car, in my opinion, Matt, but it worked out great for him tonight in a 25-lapper.
Burt Myers has got to be smiling inside that car. And Burt Myers, of course, hey, he got to him, but he didn't take him out. There's the Harper QRC machine. His 7th win of the season for Mike Speeny. Excuse me, of his career. Why did I say the 7th of the season? Hey, well, too much lemonade, S&P lemonade up here, I guess. Sugar high. But there is Speeny, the Pennsylvania native, taking the checkered flag for a little victory lap. Of course, much was noted last year about the rivalry between those 2 drivers. In fact, at one point, it exploded. And at one point, Speeny right here, as he's holding the checkered flag, had a billboard put up on Route 52, kind of maybe stoking the flames a little. Of course, last week, some contact, but everything was clean and green tonight, and Speeny is the one left holding the checkered flag.
There's a lot to be said when it comes to rivalries, but one thing that will always quiet the room is a win. And tonight, the number 10, a Mike Speeny, atop of the board and down to victory lane. Let's hear from the race winner.
His first of the 2026 season. He also is reaching into a drawstring bag. The Elite Underground Utility Madhouse Scramble Redraw. Once again, the numbers 8, 10, 12, 14, and 16 are on chips inside that bag. He's reaching in the bag now. Keep your eye on the video board. That will determine how the field is inverted for race number 2 for the modifieds. Number 14. So Mike Speeny will start 14th in the second 25-lapper. So the top 14 finishers will be inverted. Mike Speeny climbing out of the cockpit. Mike, let's head over here to the front of your car so folks from Flow Racing across the country can see you. Win number 6 in your modified career. So it was a Myers-Speeny reunion this time, right?
Yeah, actually, I enjoyed it. I thought Burt was going to give me some more shots. I was really anticipating it, but, it was a lot of fun racing hard like that.
Well, if you didn't have enough of it, you get to start next to each other in race number 2.
Yeah, but we got some cars in front of us.
I know you couldn't do this without your sponsors. Give them a shout out.
Oh, yeah, I got to thank the Eller family, QRC HVAC and Refrigeration, P3 Power Washing, Harper, Little Donuts, LRC. Got to thank Mom. It's Mother's Day. So, and the good Lord. Thanks, Jay.
Mike Speeny, the winner of the first Twin 25 for the modifieds. Let's take a quick break. Up next, the big one of the night, the Street Stock 50.
Pick up winner's trophy, Carolina Wood Flow brand new Weber grill, courtesy of Steelman's Ace Hardware. Jeff, I believe we've got a winner picking up one of those Weber grills, courtesy of Steelman's Ace Hardware. Miss Bertha Allred. Let me get a word for this. Bertha, you came to a race and you're taking home a Weber grill. How's it feel?
Thank you. It's wonderful. I enjoy it.
Jeff, thank you. I know that you're excited about this too. You're going to give a command here in a few minutes.
Oh, yeah, we're real excited about the race and we're excited to be here. And thank you to all the fans and thank you to all our employees. We love all of you.
Congratulations again to Bertha Allred, the winner of the Weber Grill, courtesy of Steelman's Ace Hardware. Race fans, I want to remind you, before the start of this race, please be aware that our race program includes some light displays.
We are back live on Flow Racing for tonight's action at Bowman Gray Stadium, part of the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Local Racing Series. And it's the 1,132nd race meet here at Bowman Gray Stadium for the NASCAR stock cars. And you see the featured event of the night. We got a lot of racing after this, folks, so keep it tuned in. But this is it for the street stockers. The Aces Hardware 50. This is the race, Jacqueline, that they have circled on their calendars.
Yeah, the Steelman's Ace Hardware Street Stock 50 is certainly a big one when it comes to this division. Every driver wants to take home this win. If you're familiar with the Hayes Jewelers at the beginning of the season with the modifieds, that's what this is in comparison to just for this division. So I'm excited, Max. I think we're going to have a good show. And 50 laps. I talked to a lot of the drivers today, and it was pretty split on the field on if they liked a longer feature, and they do. But I think it's going to mix up the field quite a bit here. So let's see who it's going to be, the winner tonight for the Steelman's Ace Hardware 50.
Well, let's give you the starting lineup for tonight's race. 24 cars start this one. On the pole in the Electric Force, number 5, it's the rookie, Connor Keaton. On the outside, the Clifton Plumbing, number 72 for the big man, Brian Robertson.
Row number 2 is going to feature the 57 of Spencer Martin. And on the outside, it's the K-Train, the 13 of Kevin Gilbert.
Starting 5th tonight in the Ceramic Pro, number 68, it's Emily Lewis. To the outside, a 2-time champion of this division, the Davis Water Services, number 1, it's the Hot Rod Barn hero, Christian Joyce.
And row number 4 is going to be the 98 of Jaden Cordell. And to that outside, it's the 30 of Zach Kogar.
Starting 9th tonight is the number 9. It's Big Country, Brandon Brown. And to the outside, the Motorsports on Main, number 10, it's Craig Hartless.
Starting 11th is the 97 of Brian Sykes. And it's the 15 of Jordan Atkins.
Great to see Jordan Atkins back. Starting in lucky position 13 tonight, the proud American beverage machine for the veteran. Yes, not just a veteran racer. He served our country. In the number 19, it's TJ Whaley. To the outside, the U.S. Unlimited Services 16. Last week's winner, it's Brad Lewis.
Row number 8 will have the 35 of Andy Avery and the number 7 of Kyler Staley.
Starting 17th tonight in the Red Rooster Grill, number 21, it's Wes Glasgow. To the outside of the Mule Skinner Trucking 00, it's the Moose, Donnie Martin.
Row number 10 features the 37 of Matt Purvett and the 8 of Braden Staley.
Starting 21st tonight is the 05 Shine Shack machine for Hayden Hall. On the outside, the Concrete Slabs 88, it's Brian Shoup.
Starting in 23rd tonight, it's the number 14 of Devin Pendergrass. And starting in 24th and rounding out our field is the number 18 of Chase Murphy.
24 cars set to do battle here for 50 laps for the street stock division. Look at that right there. The beautiful brand new scoreboard here at Bowman Gray Stadium. It's a bigger screen. Sometimes you'll get to see replays, but it really features a lot of the sponsors here at Bowman Gray Stadium and the headshots of the drivers. It's been a big hit so far here at the famed quarter mile. Look at all those street stockers on the track right now. We've been talking about families all night, and every division tonight we're going to kind of feature a family plot. And the one tonight happens to be the driver that won last week. There he is, the number 16 of Brad Lewis. He races alongside his daughter, but it's been a season of really good and kind of bad so far for the Lewis family. Emily Lewis can't shake the monkey off her back right now. 12th and 19th. She's looking for a really good run tonight. But hey, you know, she does have a win in this division, and it was a special night, a special night in 2024 where she finished first and her daddy was right behind her. Tonight she flies the 68 for her fallen friend Robbie Brewer that she will pilot. She used to have a number 4 car, but ever since Robbie's passing, she drives with that number on her car proudly. The right plumbing number 68. So great stories here of families throughout this field, and her father really, really having a great season so far. 2nd and 1st. That's the way to start a season.
Yeah, absolutely. Great drive by Brad Lewis so far this season. And the Street Stock 50 is marking the 694th career race for this division, dating all the way back to 1975, Matt. Wow. We're getting close to 700, and man, we're racking up the numbers and the stats here at Bowman Gray. It really dates back. You were talking about the history earlier this morning, and it's just beautiful how far this facility has gone.
Yeah, and you know, we've been racing here, NASCAR racing here since the beginning, since 1949. This is NASCAR's original weekly racetrack, and thank you also for Justin Mincy, the real historian here at Bowman Gray, who brings us a lot of that. But hey, under the flashing lights right now, you see that beautiful gray machine right there. That's the guy that we know as the K-Train, Kevin Gilbert, who had a career year last year at Bowman Gray Stadium. After the first race this year, he just wasn't feeling good, and he went to the doctor. And it turns out he had a pretty serious blockage as far as his heart was concerned. So he was he was in the hospital for a little bit of time there, and we were all praying for him and all thinking of him, trying to send him messages, and he got back to as many of us as he could. And it's just great to see K-Train, Kevin Gilbert, back at the racetrack. He is one of those guys that grinds. He's not always had the best cars here at Bowman Gray Stadium, but like Cale Martin, Spencer Martin, he's gotten so much help from the racing community all around him in that pit area to get that car dialed in the last 2-3 years. And he's really, you know, he got his first win in this division, and it was just a highlight moment of his life last year. And to see the fragility of life, of how close he maybe came to some serious health issues, you know, really put good perspective to the driver, that number 13. And it's just awesome to see him in the pit area smiling today and back doing what he loves to do the most, drive a race car. Plus one of the coolest nicknames.
Absolutely. We'll have the field now warming up their tires just a little bit before we line them up. And we had I love that they now do a little light show here at Bowman Gray. So we did that, and the crowd really cheered loudly all throughout Bowman Gray here for the Street Stock 50. Flagman is going to show 1 to go, and we'll double them up.
There's Randy Smith in the flag stand, signifying 1 to go. The fans rising to their feet for the biggest race of the season for the Street Stock division. Now, coming into the north turn, the QRC HVAC and Refrigeration Street Stocks. This is their big one. The Steelman's Ace Hardware 50 is green. Connor Keaton, your leader, coming down the back straightaway. A field of colorful street stocks parade around the quarter mile. Second position for Bryant Robertson. Spencer Martin in third. The K-Train now in fourth. Looking back a little bit further, Christian Joyce in the number 1. Now battles to the inside of Emily Lewis.
Everyone in this field trying to get sorted out, and we have a car around now in turn 2.
Andy Avery has spun to the bottom of turn number 2, affectionately known as the South Turn. If you're a Bowman Gray fan, one of the rare tracks in America that the traditionalists will say North Turn and South Turn, because that's the south side of the track there in turn 1 and 2. And the north side of the track, easy to remember for you historians, for you or history fans. Okay, easy to remember. I'll give you a way to remember it. The north turn sounds historic because of Daytona, the beach course, the north turn. Well, think of that and think of the beautiful field house down there. That's the north turn, the beautiful north turn with the beautiful field house. That's how I remembered it when I first came here.
Does it drive you crazy that I call it turn
No,
2?
no, my brother
4?
refuses pretty much to call it north turn, south turn. And I think it's a good balance, you know, because fans that are watching and don't know might not understand. So that's why a lot of times we'd say things like that
It's
ticker.
like translation.
It's a translation. We have to, like, talk to the fans that don't watch Bowman Gray every week. And they're like, what the heck are they even talking about? Like the thing of there's no timing and scoring here, okay? So, you know, really, you know, our scoreboard, our ticker is manually done. They've got a team of scorers hand scoring this race. Now, something new for the street stocks, the choose. Unusual choose here. It was like our leader did not realize we were choosing. Connor Keaton has chose the outside.
Oh wow, I think you're right. He just drove over the center.
He did. I think Connor Keaton didn't realize that he was choosing. Now Connor Keaton trying to get the spot back.
Oh,
Bryant Robertson says, no, all's fair in love and war. You chose. Now Connor Keaton pulling to the bottom. They are past the pace car. The yellow flag looks like it might, yes it does, come back out.
Well, okay.
What are they doing here?
So sometimes with the choose cone, if you hit the choose cone,
you can get penalized.
Yeah, so I wonder
but there
if
is no cone, so let's be fair.
I mean, it's painted on.
This is interesting. Robertson will get the bottom here.
They're just going to give him the outside.
I mean, that's fair. I mean, they came to the choose, and Bryant Robertson saw an opportunity there when unexpectedly the leader chose the outside. But, hey, the 5 has a good enough car. We've been watching him in testing.
Yes.
You know, all the practice sessions. We've been watching him here at morning practice. We've seen him here for the first 2 weeks. And that 5 is a rocket ship.
Yeah.
So whether or not he can hold him off on the outside is one thing. He could get to the bottom. This is a long race.
Yep.
That mistake, it's better to happen now, 5 laps in to a 50 lap.
Yep. You just need time to be able to have a gap to get down and protect your position. I spoke to him a bit today, and coming from that stadium stock division, but with his dirt background, he said, this is a really big jump for me to head off into the street stock division. And he's had a good start so far to the year. And he said, I just really want to win. I want to bring home a win. And you look at that car, almost every area of that car is covered with a sponsor that he has brought. He said, everything is a spot for a sponsor. We will make room if someone comes up and they want to be a part of this. But a family team on that Keaton 0, or number 5.
Well, we go back to green. 6 laps on the board. Caution flags do count. Bryant Robertson, opportunity knocked.
Oh.
The leader is supposed to be the first car to fire as per the rule spoken to in the driver's meeting in the restart box.
The 72 didn't go
And the
there.
72 just did not go.
I feel like some games were happening there. Some games are definitely happening.
Now, these guys, let's just be real, aren't used to these double file restarts. They're not used to the choose as well. We don't have a cone anymore. Hopefully we get it back. But, you know, this is just part of the process. This isn't the modifieds. These guys are very good professional race car drivers, but, you know, hey, sometimes things take a little bit longer. Now, Robertson to the bottom. K-Train, by the way, lines up in 3rd because of that choose as well. Very interesting start to the Street Stock 50. Robertson now with the preferred groove, even though he is scored in the 2nd position. Keaton will have to do it the hard way on the top. 8 laps on the board, coming to lap 9 on this restart. Into the restart box, they both fire at the same time. Robertson fender to fender with the number 5 car of Keaton. Keaton charging on the outside, trying to pinch down the 72. Traction off of turn number 2. Side by side they go into the north turn. 2 by 2 by 2. Great racing action here at Bowman Gray.
Connor Keaton holding on to that outside. We have a spin now in turns 3 and 4. Cars all around and in the grass. And we got a flat on one driver in particular. The 05 now sparks all the way around the track.
And the racing plumber right there, the Koger Plumbing number 30 of Zachary Koger. Everybody says Kogar because it's spelt that way, but it's Koger. They're also big sponsors of the stadium. They sponsored the little tire protection there in the turn. Let's watch here.
Oh.
Hard to tell how that developed. But
like the 10.
Contact between Heartless and the number 30 of Zachary Koger. Beautiful race car, by the way. Great family. The family, they're plumbers, of course. They do a lot of plumbing repair, also plumbing remodeling. And they just come here and race as a family, and they love it. There is Kendall Craig Heartless's number 10 machine. Lots of sponsors on board that car this year.
Even selling that back window.
Yeah. We were joking. Bob and I were joking with Kyler Staley last week. Like, how do you see out of the back of your window with that sponsor? And he's like, you don't?
You don't. But the check
Here comes the choose.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
Well, we know the 72 is going to dip down low because he was like,
toes here.
Here comes the 5-2 dipping down low, taking it safe. Oh, the K-Train puts it to the top. That's the risky way. Hey, risky business, but sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit.
I will say, before that caution came out, it did look to get a little bit dicey with Robertson in that 72. Especially when they were coming out of 4, you could tell he was just moving his groove up a little bit. So I was thinking we were about to get some wall action for the battle there for the lead.
Coming to the restart, lucky lap number 13. The 13 now on the high side. Green flag is out. Even Steven down to the start-finish line. Big Bryant Robertson on the bottom. The K-Train chugging on the top. Now he gets a little squirgly. Now Spencer Martin tries to avoid it. Connor Keaton gets the 2 spot.
It's getting a little bit crazy further on back. Throw a blanket over them, but there's contact all the way around the 97. Cuts off the nose of the 98 down to the inside.
Sykes Sr. And then further back, a little bit of trouble. Jordan Atkins has slowed. The number 15 that usually is driven by T. Dawson. She gathers it back up, but really it hurts Brad Lewis in the black number 16. Further up front now, the battle is on for the 5th position. Spencer Martin on the outside of the 68 of Lewis. Now here comes Sykes with the 97 on the charge on the bottom.
Sykes looking to the inside of that 57, going to be able to complete that pass, but not without a battle with the 57. We got a car.
Spins. Kyler Staley has spun. The yellow flag is out. Kyler Staley is around in the number 7. Staley, your second place points man, having a great run so far this season, finishing 5th in the opener and 2nd last week. And now, 17 laps into the 50, he causes the caution.
We've got contact all throughout this field. It's hard to know where to look at because everyone is battling with one another and they're not holding anything back. I'm curious to see how this battle continues to develop between the 57 of Spencer Martin and the 97 of Brian Sykes. You'll see the 57 pull up to the outside because he feels like he had that position before the pass was complete. But man, and Connor Keaton all over the 72 of Robertson. This is a great race so far, and we're only 17 laps in.
All right, the Street Stock 50, a very important race for all these street stockers. And very important because they want the glory. They want the trophy. They want the biggest race of the year. But sometimes what happens when you win the biggest race of the year, you also win the championship. And look right there, the list since we've raced this race starting in 1990, like Ronnie Clifton to win that year and win the title. And then as recent as 2023 and 2022 with Billy Gregg, as well as Christian Joyce winning this race and then carrying that on to become champion. Bryant Robertson right now choosing the inside. He hopes to be the champion when the dust settles this year. That's your former champion right there. 2-time champion of Christian Joyce in the number 1. Robertson choosing the bottom, the K-Train up top.
It didn't work out well for the K-Train earlier.
No.
So I'm curious to see how it irons out this time.
I like that he's going for it.
Yeah,
he's got the gusto.
You have to.
Why not? Throw caution to the wind here. And, hey, if you can get them, you can get them. Also on the outside, the number 1, the Hot Rod Barn hero, Christian Joyce. Green flag is back out. The K-Train has a good run on the outside. See what he could do here in turn number 2. It gets tight there down the back straightaway. The number 5 peeking for daylight behind the number 72 of Robertson, who leads it. The 5 of Keaton sideways through the turn number 4. Give the lead to Robertson. K-Train files down.
Emily Lewis to the back of that 5, going to get him a little bit sideways as well as herself in contact, and a yellow back out. In turn 2, we got 2 cars together.
West Glasgow has gone around, I believe, the number 18 car of Murphy, who last week, of course, was the driver that finished in 2nd position and then was disqualified, is that driver. And Murphy, Chase Murphy right there, a driver that's raced late models for all over the place. In fact, you know, he really wants to be running, he runs a lot of Dylan Ward's race cars from time to time, the late model stock ranks, and plans to run the Triple Crown, at least run the Martinsville race. And his plan is for the next year to try to run all 3 Triple Crown races.
Woohoo! The Virginia Triple Crown.
Yes.
Which we just announced this past Thursday, I believe, that it's going to be the reinvestment to the champion is back this year. So $20,000 to the Virginia Triple Crown champion, presented by Flow Racing, back for year number 2. Of course, each one of the races pays pretty big, but if you run all 3 and you're in the point standings, there's a great payout. Y'all go check that out if you haven't seen it. Very exciting. They go to South Boston, to Langley Speedway, and then capping it all off at Martinsville Speedway.
You know, there's a lot of superstars here at Bowman Gray Stadium, but then there's a lot of people that are just getting their feet wet in the sport. And there's a driver in the back right now in the number 14 car right there that I just wanted to talk about, Devin Pendergrass. Last week, you know, I'd never met him. So I came up to the car and I didn't see him. And I was like, okay. And I was about to walk away. And the car was on jack stands. He was underneath it working on the transmission by himself, working on the transmission, which is not easy to do. And he was underneath there sweating, struggling. So I crawled underneath the car and just had a conversation with him. And it was really cool because he was like, you know, hey, I'm just trying, you know, this and that. I'm like, oh, it's all cool. I don't want to bother you. And he was like, no, man, this is really cool. I'm just so excited to be here. I'm like, oh, cool. What have you raced before? He said, nothing. He goes, this is my first auto race. So it was just really cool to see him come out here, practice a little first, and then come out here and race in a race at Bowman Gray Stadium. And he was so happy to be able to just be here and compete.
How old is he? Where did he come from? He just decided
he wanted to race.
That's so cool.
But, you know, that's some of the cool stories here. You just got to lift up a rock, right, and you know, see what's underneath it. And sometimes you just got to say hi to people and, you know, meet your competitors. And it was really nice to have my first conversation with him and see that joy of like, hey, man, I'm driving at Bowman Gray Stadium. And he was so excited to do so. So great to see him competing with us each and every week now at Bowman Gray Stadium. The choose just came out, and voila. No surprise, the 72 chooses the bottom. The 5 now back up to the top.
Yeah.
Christian Joyce.
I think that was smart. I think that was smart.
Yeah, I think so, too. He's got a car that can challenge there, the number 5 does, Connor Keaton on the outside. Another generational superstar. We talk about family and family plots. The driver of the number 5, his dad, a winner in the Stadium Stocks. His older brother, Grayson, and he raced in the Stadium Stocks the last few years, trading wins back and forth. This family also races on dirt, has a lot of success on dirt around these parts. But, you know, Connor Keaton making the uncomfortable move up, but doing so by doing it smartly. He bought a very fast race car, Zach Clifton's machine, and coming out here and just really impressive so far to the start of the season for the driver of the number 5. 50 lapper, we're halfway through it. Green flag is back out. Robertson sideways off of turn number 4. Now that gives the preferred traction to the driver of the number 5. Things are stacking up in the rear of the field, but the battle is on for the lead into the north turn. Robertson with the preferred groove. Christian Joyce on the back bumper of both of those drivers, and Keaton is hanging on.
Keaton trying to hold on. We've got debris all over the track from contact further back in the field from Heartless. We got a fender on the backstretch, and now a spin goes around for the K-Train.
Kevin Gilbert, who was running in the fourth position at the time of the spin, goes around, and his good run at the front of this field comes to a screeching halt, and now he's got to go to the back. Little bit of, little bit of litter on the track from the number 10 car of Kendall Craig Heartless, and you see the damage on the right front of that machine as Squeaky and the guys take a look at the right front and the hood of that car. There's the missing right front fender in turn number 3.
Yeah.
Look, I said it, turn 3. There you go.
There you go. It might be hard to see since it's camouflage, but
Oh.
he's got he's got a fender
Well,
on
there you
the
go.
back
We get the
stretch.
advertisement. Usually they don't. He doesn't have. Well, no, he's done.
Oh, here we go. We're out
done
of the
for
car.
the night.
Well, what happened there, Heartless? Oh, he's going to dust himself off from getting in the grass.
All right, let's take a quick break as Kendall Craig Heartless walks back to the pit area on Flow Racing. We're back live here on Flow Racing. There's candy being thrown around in the booth, and there's S&P lemonade getting drank at a feverish pace here as we are just past the halfway point in the race action. Let's show you the Hudson Auto Works replay and show you the reason we're under caution here as you see the Street Stalkers barrel into turn number 1, and it's just a logjam right there. Nowhere to go for Heartless as the 16 was hard on the binders, and he just shreds like a can opener the door and just takes off the fenders of his own cars. Let's look at what happened with K-Train. Oh!
Boom.
A little bumper
Lewis
tag.
action.
Talking about Lewis involved in both of those right there,
know.
but Emily Lewis getting into the 13.
Why you gotta be so heartless? That's all
Here's
I can
the choose.
think about.
Here's the choose. That was good. Punny, I like it.
All
wow.
right, here we go.
Here comes the opportunity, and we just heard on the radio right before this choose, the spotter of Christian Joyce's number 1 on the Racing Electronics spotter got on the radio, keyed it up to Christian Joyce, and said one thing. He said, "It's go time." And the opportunity just came up for the number 1 to hit the outside on the choose. So they said it's go time, and now it is for the 2-time champion of the Street Stocks. Bryant and Joyce will lead them to green on lap 33 at Bowman Gray. Green flag is back out. Both drivers dance into the south turn side by side. Joyce with a good traction coming off of turn number 2. Robertson battles back. Fender to fender they go in this north turn. Great racing action here at Bowman Gray between Robertson and Joyce.
Throw a blanket over them. They're trying to battle for the lead. Connor Keaton thought about making it 3 wide, but Christian Joyce holding on to the outside. And then we have contact from behind with that 68 and Keaton.
The bottom is the preferred groove, and while you can pass here on the outside, quite frankly, it's rather difficult. Robertson using that bottom groove to his advantage. The number 1 car looks a little bit faster, but the 1 has that preferred groove. Oh, trouble! We talked about your second place points man, Staley. Now he's in the infield grass. The night is over for Staley. Kyler Staley climbing from his car as he drops to the ground.
I don't know if there was an exhaust issue or what, just it was exhaust confirmed from the radio. Justin Mincy listening in right now. But you could tell when he was trying to get his helmet off feverishly that fumes or something inside that car.
He was struggling.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to see that for Kyler Staley. You know, has been coming here. He didn't plan on racing here every week. And at the first race of the season, his dad told him, like, 3 days, I think it was, before, like, hey, man, 7, you're going to drive it. So he took the car out here by himself, working on it, and has come out here and run in the top 5 both races, and sits second in points. So a tough night for him. You know, Kyler's a good guy, good dad also. Just had a child, him and his wife, and, you know, great to see the Staley family, both brothers here competing tonight. All right, we're going to take a quick break on Flow Racing, and we'll be back with the rest of this one, 37 laps into the Street Stock 50. Welcome back to Bowman Gray Stadium as we see Kyler Staley getting into the ambulance. That's a great sign. He looks a little bit better than when he climbed out. So great to see that for the Staley family. The choose has just happened. And folks, we will only have 8 laps to go when we go back to green. Check this out. Not choosing the outside, not going for it, is the number one. So now going up to the outside is Spencer Martin. Spencer Martin and his wife announcing that they are going to be expecting another child. Now he goes for another race win. Green flag is out. Robertson on the inside. Spencer Martin trying to make hay on the top the hard way. Here comes the Hot Rod Barn hero gently into the back bumper of Robertson in the north turn.
Christian Joyce looking at that back bumper of the 72, going to push him as we're down to the wire. The 57 holding on, and the 5 of Connor Keaton and 4 trying to make his way.
Jordan Cordell has slowed on the racetrack. The number 98 will try to get his car to the inside and out of the way. He does not, so the yellow flag will come out. 43 laps coming to lap 44. This is important because I believe they go to single file at this point with 5 laps to go. So Robertson having the lead is absolutely huge.
Bryant Robertson has ran a good race so far, but this caution, the yellow flag keeps coming out, and I know he doesn't want to see this as he keeps battling on the outside. So for it to be single file, this will be quite interesting. We were just talking about it during the break, but there is about 4 or 5 of these guys that could be the race winner at the end of this. So this battle is going to get a little bit spicy with only a handful of laps left to go in this feature.
There is Christian Joyce's Hot Rod Barn, number 1.
Flagman is going to show 1 to go this time by.
No choose right now.
We'll have 4 laps left in this feature to determine who is going to be the Steelman's Ace Hardware Street Stock 50 feature winner in 2026.
The gloves are off at this point. We'll be coming to the green with 3 laps to go to decide the most prestigious race of the Street Stockers season. Spencer Martin on the back bumper of the number 72 of Robertson. Robertson has led this season, but each time he has, it has ended in disaster. Can he hang on for 3 more circuits around the famed quarter mile? Now, daylight to the bottom for Spencer Martin. The 57 gets into the back bumper so gently, but Robertson rockets off turn number 3 and 4.
The 57 closing the gap a little bit, going to reposition himself to set up the back of the 72. Not able to do so that time in turns 1 and 2. Christian Joyce stands by watching all of this unfold. Again, back bumper, a little bit of bumper tag.
1 lap to go for the big man, Bryant Robertson. But the yellow flag is out. We have a big wreck. The Koger Plumbing corner has collected Brandon Brown and TJ Whaley. Whaley suffering extreme damage on that number 19 machine. The Real American Beverages car is in the wall and in a heap.
That happened on the white flag. There's 1 more lap left in this feature event. And man, the body is completely gone on that car. And as we say that, the checkered flag is gonna fly.
The double checkered is out right now. I think we have hit the time limit. Bryant Robertson wins the Street Stock 50 on a time limit.
You'll see
57 of Spencer Martin raises his hand out of the race car in protest. He does not like the way this one has finished under a time limit. But Robertson now can celebrate. Spencer Martin in second. 3rd place for Christian Joyce. 4th place for Keaton. fifth place, Emily Lewis with her dad. We talked about family plots, 5th and 6th. A great night for them.
We got crew members coming over here. They were over there by that car. We got
It's good to see TJ get out of the car there. That was a very hard hit for TJ Whaley, a very tough guy there who has served for our country, and great to see him. But now holding the checkered flag for what could be the most important win, the biggest win of his career, is Bryant Robertson. Becomes the 27th different driver to win the Street Stock 50. This guy has raced here. This guy's family has raced here, speaking of families, for such a long time. Of course, Chase Robertson, his nephew, a champion of this division last year, and Robertson, who has wins both in the Street Stock division and in the Sportsman division, tonight getting the big win, the 5th of his career and the 3rd in the Sportsman division. Let's see a replay here, the Hudson Auto Works replay, to maybe see what happened here on the screen. Here's our, you see right there. Oh,
whoa.
Wow. Brandon Brown just ramped up and over, shearing the roof and the windshield off of TJ Whaley's number 19 machine heading into the north turn. A dramatic crash here at Bowman Gray.
Yeah, and you'll see our speed shot camera shaking there at the end of that replay. Wow.
This is not a soft wall. It's a safer barrier, and that was a hard hit. The 55th win for the Robertson family, tied for 15th all-time in family wins. We talk about family plots, and we just had one develop for you right here live on Flow Racing. Let's go down trackside to Victory Lane. The big man's about to climb out.
Bryant Robertson, for those of y'all that didn't know. His brother Mike. All right, I need you to make some noise for Bryant Robertson! You know, I've been wanting to do this for a long time with you.
I know.
Man, it's just be at the top of your wins in your career right here.
It is. It's the biggest one we've ever won. I've won a Sportsman. I've won a Street. But I've never won a 50-lapper. I got to thank these guys that raced me. They raced me hard and clean. That's probably the hardest race I've ever had to run. I got to thank Ronnie Clifton, Turn and Burn, Hobby and Raceway, Midway Embroidery, 5 Points Tire and Auto, Daniel DeAngelis, Family Law Practice, Dylan Ward's been working on this car, my brother, Spotty for me, all my guys. And I want to tell everybody Happy Mother's Day to all your mothers, my wife, my mom also.
Brian, I know you know how to do this. Tell them to get loud.
Let's get loud!
Bryant Robertson with the big feel-good win for the Robertson family. We're going to take a quick break on Flow Racing because guess what's next? The Ground Pounders, the second Twin 25 for the NASCAR Brad's Golf Cars Modifieds. Welcome back to the track where they say it's still the most exciting of them all. And right now, the Modifieds have hit the track for the second of their Twin 25 lappers. Okay, what happened? Mike Spini won the race. Now he's got to start 14th. Can he sweep the Twins tonight? Only 12 times has this been done in the history of Bowman Gray Stadium. That's 374 twin modified features, and it's only been done 12 times. Can Spini do it tonight? Ralph Brinkley has done it. Ralph Brinkley has done it a lot of times. 5 times. The great driver of the Hayes Jewelers machine, the number 9. The most recent in 2018 with Tim Brown. And oh yeah, that guy Junior Miller in 2000. Can Spini do it here tonight is the question. He's got a long way to go and a short time to get there. 25 laps. Let's give you the starting lineup. On the pole tonight for this second Twin 25 will be the number 12 of Dean Ward, to the outside, the 82 of Mason Lawson.
Row number 2 is going to have the 69 of John Holloman IV and the 9 of Kyle Southern.
Starting 5th will be the 99 Taylor Auto Parts machine for Jordan Fleming. Starting in the 6th spot, the 75 Waldberg Pizza Grill car for Lee Jeffries.
Row number 4 has the 6 of Slate Myers, and to the outside, the 83 of Tim Brown.
The number 16 starts next. That's the showstopper, Chris Fleming. And starting in 10th position, it's Junior Snow in the 51.
Looking at the 11th position, we have the 07 of Riley Neal, and to that outside, the number 4 of Jason Myers.
Starting in lucky position, number 13 tonight is a guy that wants a little good juju in his night. The number 1, the CitraSafe machine for the ace, Burt Myers. To the outside, his nemesis, the number 10 machine. In the QRC HVAC and refrigeration modified, it's Mike Spini.
Row number 8 is the 00 of Danny Probst and the 19 of Andy Noto.
Starting 17th tonight is car number 17, Lonnie Oakley. To the outside, the Iron Man of Bowman Gray Stadium. And at Tucker number 5, it's Randy Butner.
Row number 10 has the 64 of Ethan Trull and the 35 of Brandon Butner.
Starting in position 21 officially in your programs, he's listed as a number 68. He's one of the all-time greats at Bowman Gray Stadium. Welcome back, Junior Miller. To the outside of the number 77, it's the lovely Susan Harwell.
Rounding out the field in row number 12, it's the 11 of Corey Levette and the 3 of Brandon Woods.
I'll tell you what's really cool. Corey Levette, you know, he's a dad. He's just a good dude. He's just so fun. He works so hard on the Myers racing machines here and also on the Smart Modified Tour, because the Myers, they just race everywhere. If there's a race, they're going to race, okay? And he just loves. Years ago, we were messing with him, and we called him on the starting lineup the Flying Beret Corey Levette instead of Corey Lovett.
Yeah.
And he loves it. He loves it. Loves it. Loves the Flying Beret Corey Levette. It's a nickname. It's
like
not even
hat.
his real name. Yeah, you know. But hey, you know, let's give a shout out to the front row tonight. Of course, they drew the 14, so the leader has to start 14th. But the 14th position finisher of the first race starts on the pill, and that is Dean Ward, the former blunderbuss driver, a winner in the modified division. 8 times he has actually taken checkered flags, and to his outside, running in only his 3rd modified race, 4th now to write this race, Mason Lawson, who last week had a 6th place run, a very strong run for that young man. Well, folks, this is what you came for. The NASCAR Modifieds, the Mod Squad, the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. Green flag is out for the Mod Squad. Now, banging bars down the straightaway. Into the south turn they go. Give the lead to Lawson.
Wow, bumping and banging all for that front row. Dean Ward just trying to hold on, but Mason Lawson takes the lead, and now going to point this field. 1 lap in the books, and the number 9 of Kyle Southern making his way into that 2nd position.
What a drive by Kyle Southern. Steelman's ace on board that number 9 machine as he was slideways out of turn number 4 to take that spot from Ward. Right now, the driver leading. He's a rookie, and he's leading a Twin 25 here at Bowman Gray Stadium.
We've got a bit of bumper tag, domino effect all throughout the field as they go to brake check, backing up those corners so they don't get turned around. Now we're looking at Tim Brown further back in the field. Action, contact all the way around for that 51.
these guys, these two drivers, have been stuck to each other like glue all night long. Junior Snow in the pink and black number 51. The Great Rocket on the outside, Tim Brown. Now here comes Riley Neal, who had a strong run in the first race. He's on the bottom of Tim Brown in the north turn, playing a little bumper tag to the back bumper of the Snowman's machine. Things are getting dicey here. Now the leader goes around. Mason Lawson spins. Yellow flag is out. His great run has been erased. Wow.
Wow, the contact
Junior
and the spin
Snow,
out from all the way around.
Junior Snow with problems.
Flat.
He's got a flat.
Yep, flat left rear off the track. Junior Snow goes. When the leader spun, everyone hit the brakes, backed up. We even saw Riley Neal over the top of another car as well. You'll see him scrubbing his tires to see if he has anything bent. But
and there's
man,
Lawson's car right there on the outside. He is not happy.
No.
I did not see that until the spin started, to be honest with you. So we'll have to see if we can get a Hudson Auto Works replay of that one. But my gosh, what a tough go for that young race car driver to finish 6th last week and then be in the lead at the Madhouse in his rookie season. And here is the Hudson Auto Works replay, and you see Kyle Southern get to his back bumper there and just the contact.
I feared that was going to be the outcome there with Kyle Southern. He was very aggressive from the jump on the back bumper.
And Lawson kind of left it exposed,
yes,
too, by the way.
yes.
He did wash up, it looked like, in 1 and 2. Let's take a look at it real quick before we go back here. We're going back to green right now, but let's take a look real quick.
Caution's going to come back out.
Caution is back out, so we have time. Here they go into 1 and 2. And you see Lawson kind of moved up there, and that gave a little daylight there, and that came the opportunity. Not saying that the contact was warranted, but he did leave that room, and bumper tag happens. You're racing at a tight quarter mile.
It is interesting, though, if you get a shot from behind on exit of a corner, then it is implied that it was more intentional than pass.
Yes.
So,
well,
we'll see a new tire on the left rear of that 51. He's back out and joining the back of the field. But behind him will be
Mason Lawson.
Yes.
Lawson does not get to blend. He caused the caution, so he'll tag the tail of the rear. So will the 51, getting fresh rubber on the left rear. But that's not a good thing right now because it's 6 laps into this one. 19 laps to go. Single file restarts. It's going to be really hard for any of those drivers, including that Can-Am Harper number 82, to get back up towards the front of this one. But Kyle Southern now leading this race with Dean Ward in 2nd position.
Looks like they're going to keep them single file this time. So we won't have a double file restart, which Kyle Southern is probably loving that right now. And on that 2nd position is that number 12 of Dean Ward, still holding on.
I'll tell you what, Dean Ward, wouldn't it be something if Dean Ward could revisit victory lane? A 27-time winner at Bowman Gray Stadium in various divisions, an 8-time winner in the modifieds, and now he gets a little bumper tag to the front and the back. That was a dicey moment in turn 2, wasn't it?
Sure was.
But it
John
gives daylight.
Holloman, the
Look
4th.
at that.
Yeah.
It gives the number 9 the shot that he needed to create a little space.
Sure does.
I'm looking right now at 3rd and 4th because it's Jordan Fleming. We discussed Jordan Fleming, the black number 99 machine that's in 4th position. We discussed Jordan Fleming in the family plot, okay? Part of the famous Fleming family that have raced here, from Frank Fleming to Chris Fleming, and the son right here, Jordan Fleming in the black number 99. Having him a good night, strong in the 4th position now on the back bumper of John Holloman, the 4th machine. Speaking of families, Holloman, a 2nd-generation driver, his father a race winner here at Bowman Gray Stadium. That family growing up just down the road here in the south side at Sprague Street. And families all over the place, but great to see these 2 young race car drivers. Behind them, some more families. Slate Myers in the number 6 machine, and then Chris Fleming in the 16.
I was going to add Jordan Fleming earlier was his first time he's in a car that isn't a family car, and he's driving underneath the iconic 99 of Crab Smith, who they say is semi-retired.
Yep.
But being back behind the wheel, he's very grateful and running a good show right here. They said, we really want to run for points and stay in the running for the standings. So looking to get a good finish today, and certainly doing well. Looking a little bit further back, there's our race winner from the first race, Mike Spini, who's all the way back in 10th position. So he's only made 4 positions up from
That's
14.
Still good.
Still good.
That's still good. It's tough to pass here for the no double file restarts, twin 25s. You really have to be aggressive to do so. Now, resetting towards the front of your field, Kyle Southern is your leader. He had him a good lead, but guess what? Here comes the wily veteran, Dean Ward. He's starting to reel in that driver with just 9 laps to go.
He sure is. He's running a good drive right now, closing in the gap between him and Kyle Southern. A little bit further back, though, John Holloman IV is trying to make his way, but here we go. Jordan Fleming closing that gap now there for 3rd as well.
That's a logjam of cars in the south turn right there with Fleming. Slate Myers is in the middle of a Fleming sandwich right there as far as family plots. And now Southern stretches out a little bit more. He's starting to stretch his legs at the front of the field as Dean Ward's still trying to reel him in. 19 laps on the board. Next time by will be coming to 5 laps to go.
Kyle Southern is running a really clean ship right now, hitting his marks, hardly making any mistakes. So Dean Ward will really have to grind here and see and dig down if he has anything left in that 12 to take home the win today. 5 laps to go. Now this time by 4 laps to go for that number 9.
4 laps to go. He's probably hearing every noise in that race car just about now is Kyle Southern in that beautiful number 9 machine. Justin Link preparing the setups on that car. L&R transmissions on board. This driver has worked a long time potentially for this moment.
Certainly. Now he's pulling away from Dean Ward and continuing to lead this field seamless. Slate Myers now in that 5th position, but really clean and green all the way around this field. Only 2 laps left.
Coming to 1 to go. Kyle Southern, one more trip around the famed quarter mile for a driver that just 2 years ago lost his house to a house fire, but his family rebuilt. And tonight, the gratification of his first ever modified win. Kyle Southern is a winner in modified racing at Bowman Gray. Southern, what a feel-good story. His 4th career win at the stadium and his first in a ground pounder. That is the feel-good story of 2026. Southern becomes the 28th driver to win in 3 different divisions at Bowman Gray Stadium. A winner in Sportsman twice, a winner in Stadium Stocks, and tonight, open wheels, and he's burning them down at Bowman Gray. The Ace Hardware L&R Transmissions number 9 is victorious. Talk about family plots. That house fire, losing his house, and then that family rebuilding a brand new home and racing throughout it. His wife saying, yes, I want you to get a new chassis. I want you to still be racing at Bowman Gray. And they come back last year running, and they come back this year with a vengeance and winning the 2nd Twin 25 tonight at Bowman Gray. Congratulations to the Southern family. Let's go downstairs to Randy Pulliam with your winner, your first-time winner.
This is Kyle Southern's first ever modified win. And for Kyle, couldn't have happened on a better night. Kyle is no stranger to victory lane. He's picked up a win in Sportsman and Street Stock, but this is his first win ever in the Brad's Golf Car Modifieds, and what a night to do it. Let him hear it, Kyle Southern. Kyle, let's go over here, out up to the front of your car. What a night to pick up your very first modified win. Congratulations on Steelman's Ace Hardware night. Couldn't have been a better night.
It's a dream come true, man. We've been over here a while. We've took our lumps and standing in victory lane now. I couldn't do it without Jeff Stillman, his wife Dawn, Stillman Ace Hardware, Tobacco Ridge, MCH Builders, Southern Farm Kennel, Raymont Power, Carolina Cat Rentals, PB Clark's, Nelson's Garage, L&R Transmissions. I'd like to dedicate this win to my uncle, Mike Bowles. He's got cancer right now, and he's fighting the good fight. And this was for you, BZ. I appreciate it.
Congratulations. Kyle Southern, very emotional win on a very special night.
Definitely the feel-good win of the night there for a very emotional Kyle Southern, a first-time modified winner at the historic Bowman Gray Stadium. We'll take a quick break, and we're back with more racing action. The second sportsman race is on deck. Welcome back to historic Bowman Gray Stadium, where a first-time winner, a feel-good moment for Kyle Southern. But hey, the sportsman cars are on the track for the second of their twin 20s. Let's give you the starting lineup for this one. Starting on the pole, the guy we call the good guy in the number 38 Exeldyne machine. It's Mitch Gales. To the outside, that's the driver that we like to call the Furnace, even though his mom doesn't like the nickname. That's the Furnace, A.J. Burness from upstate New York.
Row number 2 is going to feature the Rock Star, the Zero, Sterling Clemens.
And then another good nickname.
On the outside, is it strong? We don't know, but it's Donkey Strong, the number 12 of Justin Taylor.
Speaking of good guys, the driver in the number 14, the Velocity machine, starting 5th. It's Jim Shove. To the outside, the Harkey Litigation 21 for the great Tiger, Tommy Neal.
Row number 4 is going to feature the 1 of Austin Jones. And to the outside, it's the 0. It's the groom. It's the dad. It's Kirk Sheets.
I like that, how you called him the dad. Well, hey, here's a son. We just saw his dad compete. The driver in the number 99 starts 9th. That's Brian Sykes Jr. And to the outside, his good friend, the number 28 Rocket Donkey car. It's Nate Gregg.
How about row number 6, featuring the 98 of Billy Gregg. In the 55, we just saw him win the first race tonight. It's Zach Orr.
Starting 13th tonight is the 63. That's Terry Smith. And then to the outside, it's the 37 of Chris Massey. 14 cars set for 20 laps around the quarter mile, circling a football field.
20.
An underdog on the outside of the front row, A.J. Burness. Let's see what happens there. There is the number 1 of Austin Jones, who right before practice had major issues on that car, and they actually had to run over and buy a new fuel pump and replace it. So really good that he got out there for the first feature. And now let's see what this generational star with great family ties, his grandfather, the great Pee Wee Jones, let's see if he could get up front.